Hey everybody, it's Ben here, and I've been working on my Tesla Model S battery pack, fixing it up. It's kind of gone a little bit from a repair to a rebuild, just because since I have the battery pack open anyways, I want to make sure to take care of anything else in there. So once I put it back together, I never have to take it back apart again. But I do have to admit, I screwed up, and I'm not thrilled with that. I'm not happy with it myself. I'm not happy with the situation, but there's good news too. So I'm right at the point where you can see all these cell modules. I've removed the circuit board that's on them. This is what they call the BMB. So this is a battery management board, and what it does is it connects to a number of wires on each of these cell modules so that the car can read the voltage of each of the individual sections of each battery module. So the problem I had was there was a bad capacitor on here, and because of that, it gave a false voltage reading to the car. The car said, uh-oh, that voltage is not where we're expecting it. Basically shuts the whole car down. You can't drive it at all, period. So really, I only had one board that was bad. I took a extreme close-up photo. You can see how bad the capacitor was on this thing. It was just awful. So I thought, aha, I'll replace that. So I ordered replacement capacitors, and if you're going to order one, you may as well order 100 because the shipping is going to cost more than the part. These little tiny surface mount parts are, they're tiny and very inexpensive. But I made sure to get extras so that I would have something to practice on. So I had some perf board, solder, I used the finest point on my soldering iron, and basically I just practiced soldering down these little surface mount capacitors. And you can see they're small. So I've got a dime here as scale, so you can see what size these things are. They are little, but they're just big enough that you can solder and desoldering them with a standard soldering iron instead of some other special equipment. So I practiced that a bunch. And then when I finally got to the point that I said, you know what, I'm getting pretty good at putting these on and taking them off, then I thought I would work on the board. And this is where I screwed up. So what happened is there's actually two capacitors on there. The one was absolutely terrible, but right next to it was another one didn't look great. So I thought I'd take them both off. And then that second capacitor, I soldered the replacement one on first. And then when I went to solder on that original really bad capacitor, solder would not stick at all, no matter what. And I looked extra careful close, and I realized the solder pads were gone. There's just literally nothing to solder to. And because of that means this board is pretty useless to me. And the problem with that is you can't order those from Tesla, so the only place you're going to get them somewhere like eBay. Well, on eBay, they go for $200 each. So I went from a 12-cent capacitor to now a $200 board. Ugh! Frustrating, you know, not a real fun thing, right? Now, the upside is I did find out that if you ask around on some of the Tesla repair groups and forums, there are other people out there that have these boards. So I did get a replacement board ordered. It was $50 plus shipping, so about 80 some dollars coming from Hong Kong. And then after filming this, I also realized I got hit by a 40% tariff. So adding the shipping and tariff to it, it went from a $50 circuit board to a little over $100. Oh well, still cheaper than eBay. But that's supposed to show up in just a couple of days. And that I should be able to stick right onto the end of my module and be good to go. And hopefully then I can just take all these circuit boards, stick them back on. I have also used Conformal to go over all the capacitors. And then there's also a header pin row that I put an extra layer of Conformal on there as well, because that's kind of the two spots on these boards where there's issues. When I was practicing soldering on the capacitors, I did also get some kind of specialty flux, both a liquid flux and a gel flux that comes in kind of like a hypodermic needle looking sort of a thing. But what's great about that is it's really, really controllable so that you can put on a tiny amount of flux. They both soldered well, but I found that the gel flux worked better than the liquid flux because you had a little bit better control over where it went. So that was a fun experience, but in the end, I'm just getting a replacement part. So where's the other place I messed up? Umbrella valves. We already made an entire video talking about these things. Basically, they're filthy, and when they fail, they can let moisture into the battery pack and cause a lot of issues, especially directly in front of the front wheels. These are dirty and gross, and these are the oldest style. This is a 2013 car. Tesla has since had some updated versions of these, including, instead of having 6 of these for every battery module, they now have a setup where you have 4 plugs and only 2 umbrella valves, or 3 plugs, 2 umbrella valves, and a Gore-Tex breather. When I took a look through all the web forums, there were a bunch of different part numbers, and unfortunately, they all ended up leading me back to the same place on Tesla's parts catalog, to only 2 parts. So apparently some of these parts numbers are outdated or changed or whatever it is. And in those 2 parts numbers, one of them was just a strip of 6. So 4 plugs and 2 umbrella valves, and that's $12. And the other part number was $55. It's the Gore-Tex breather, 2 umbrella valves, and the rest being plugs. And the photo of that showed a whole box, looked like enough to do an entire battery, including the fact that a few of them were a little bit different. So in the updated cars, they have mostly plugs in the front in that area that water got in on my car. And that was $55. And I thought, aha, $12 for the older style or $55 for a whole pack of the new ones. I'm going to spend $55, replace all my valves in the car. So that was also special order. So had to wait a week, which was not bad for back order, special order kind of a thing. Came in this box right here, and for my $50 plus tax plus shipping, I got this. And this is exactly 1 strip of 6, and it is 2 breathers and 4 plugs, so it's the older style. So it's not even the part that was in the photo. It's 1 part instead of a bunch of them, and it looks exactly like what you see in the $12 part. So basically I was overcharged and underperformed here. So a little upset about that too. I ended up going to the nearest Tesla service center, which they were very busy. I talked to a kind of a sales guy there. He really couldn't help me out, but eventually he did get me like the actual parts guy. And he basically said that he can order them in. He'll make sure to get the newest parts for me. I don't know how long this is going to take, so I'm kind of sitting on my thumbs in the meantime. So anyways, that's all my sort of frustration and everything with things not going so great. But in terms of good news, I've got some miscellaneous parts coming in the mail soon. The other thing that I have been working on in the meantime is scraping caulk off the main battery box. Because there's all that caulk on there. You have to scrape it off to make sure you get a nice clean seal when you put the new sealant on. I was also using, besides just a plain razor scraper, I was also using a fiberglass wheel on a cordless drill, and that seemed to work pretty well. It was pretty quick. It would take off the caulk, but not the paint. But if you did it a little bit too much, then you would start getting some paint off. And of course, rust is the enemy of everything. So no matter what, I'm also going to make sure that I hit any points on the battery pack that have any bare metal with some paint. This one's a pretty good match, Rust-Oleum Satin Oregano color. I still have to scrape all the caulk and everything off the lid. That's going to be a little bit of work because I stashed it way over there and it's a big floppy thing. I also did get in the mail some other parts I'm going to eventually need, like some silicone sealant, kind of a specialty sealant for most of the battery pack. Also, some straight up rubber plugs, because I think what I'm going to be doing, no matter what with the umbrella valves, those front ones, I'm pretty much just going to plug them up and make sure no water can ever get in there at all. The other thing is I do still have to replace 2 of the mica sheets that went under those front 2 cell modules where moisture got in there. They got wet, the one kind of creased. They don't look good. Got to replace those. That's not a part that Tesla sells. So probably like getting the more affordable BMB board. I'll probably ask around in the forums and see who might have some of those replacement parts that they can send me. So that's it for now. It kind of felt like a setback, you know, just gets kind of frustrating when, you know, a repair ends up getting deeper. You know, it's like you're taking apart some bolts and you snap one off. All of a sudden a 5-minute job is a whole day job. That's kind of what the last bit of work on this project has felt like. But I've got parts coming. Pretty sure I know what I'm doing now. And I just got to put the labor back in, keep working on this. As always, make sure you check out the video description. I've got links in there for parts numbers and that sorts of things. And until next time, stay charged up.